Welcome to 2016.
We are celebrating our very first year of D93 News, and we had over 24,000 views, and we couldn't have done this without your continued support.
We're so excited to start the next chapter as we continue to highlight the amazing things that happen every week in our school district. Now it's Civil War Week. That means the gym will be packed with a beautiful mix of green and red.
Yes, it will, Phil. However, earlier this week, student athletes from Hillcrest and Bonneville took to the ice as Bonnecrest.
Bonnecrest has quite the following as they packed the bleachers at the Toffus Park Indoor Ice Arena. Bonnecrest scored early to take a 1-0 lead over Skyline. Well, it turns out that was more than enough as they held the Grizzlies scoreless throughout the night. The final score was Bonnecrest 1, Skyline 0.
Now, fans were encouraged to bring a teddy bear that they could throw out after the first goal. These teddy bears were donated to Ermac.
That's just one of many traditions that are with hockey. I saw some video of them doing a similar teddy bear toss up in Canada. I love hockey. That was your first experience with hockey. Curious, your thoughts?
Yeah, it was cold. I wasn't prepared, but it was really exciting and really fun to see the fighting on the ice, and that's allowed where, you know, in other sports it's not really. So it was kind of cool to see that, and I really jumped at the puck hitting the sides. But other than that, it was really fun.
Fun time. We encourage you to go and support Bonnecrest. Now, Bonnecrest is just one example of the community coming together, and that spirit of togetherness was certainly felt last year with the record turnout that showed up at the polls in November. 74% voted in favor of a new high school, and things are really starting to pick up now. Wednesday, the board met in a work session at Discovery to talk about the progress of the new school, as well as many other topics. This is all in anticipation of next week's board meetings, and I said board meetings for a reason. There will be 2 board meetings next week. One will start at 3:30 with the architects. The other one will start at 7 o'clock Wednesday night at its regularly scheduled time. Now, both meetings are scheduled to be broadcasted on our Periscope channel.
Now, Mrs. Blackburn of Hillcrest High School is logging some serious miles. This week, she is headed to Alaska, where she is the keynote speaker for the Alaska Music Educators Conference. Mrs. Blackburn is the Northwest Division President of the National Association for Music Education. She says she is looking forward to this experience.
Honestly, the thing I have enjoyed most from my work with the National Association for Music Education is the professional connections that I have made. And not just professional connections, but friendships. And that's actually one of the 4 C's in the 21st century skills is connections. And I think those kinds of things can be most important in progressing in our careers and establishing ourselves and becoming really proficient in what we do, is the connections we make with other people and what we can learn from them and what they can share with us and what we can share back with them.
Now, Mrs. Blackburn will be joining her varsity chorale in New York City, and you have those details, Phil.
Well, Sam, the students from Hillcrest will be performing at Carnegie Hall. It's quite the honor.
You know, I had an opportunity to listen to them in Pocatello, and they are really a great group of singers. It's graduation week, that is DARE graduation. Hundreds of students took to the stage to receive their DARE diplomas. DARE started back in 1983 and has reached millions of people worldwide. I caught up with Deputy Miller, who says DARE is a great program.
It's a good program. They're continually updating the DARE program, making the information more up to date and more pertinent for today's kids. Prevention's always a good dollar spent, towards what's spent and the return.
Well, our friends over at Bonneville Online had a fun activity this week. They took to the climbing wall over at Hillview and learned more about Yellowstone. They have many fun activities planned for later this year. Now, as we mentioned, the Civil War is happening Friday night. You want to make sure you follow us on Twitter. We're going to use all of our social media platforms to bring you updates throughout the game. We're talking Twitter, like I just said, Facebook, Periscope, Snapchat. We might even, can you pin? I don't know. We're gonna use all of our social media platforms to bring you updates throughout the game.
But of course, nothing's better than being there in person.
No, and that's it. We're looking forward to it. I know you are.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing beats the Civil War. Get out there and support the local kids. Well, that's gonna do it for us. We'll see you next time on D93 News.